What's up, shipheads? This is the Sir Yacht Show. We're going to dive into the Week 7 NFL season. We're going to talk about Russell Wilson and just a few other things. It's going to be a shorter episode, but we're happy to get this one out. I am joined by at BrickWallBlitz and in Sioux Falls at Matasaurus Rex. Our top headlines for today. The Patriots absolutely destroyed the Browns. This is the same sentence Tucker Carlson says whenever he talks about immigration reform. The Browns only gave Nick Chubb 12 carries in their loss to the Patriots. I haven't seen someone not use their Chubb as much since Will Smith when he's watching Jada fuck another man.
Will just caught a stray out of nowhere. He might slap you for that one.
Jeez.
Yeah, if he finds you, like someone's got doxed the address, man. Josh Allen caught the attention of fans everywhere when he hurdled a Chiefs defender last Sunday, giving us the first teabag in NFL history.
After a tumultuous sideline meltdown, wide receiver Robbie Anderson was freed from the Panthers and traded to Arizona. Upon hearing the news, Brittany Griner took some notes.
In the NFL's league meeting on Wednesday, Jerry Jones told Robert Kraft, "Don't fuck with me," which Robert Kraft responded, "Don't fuck with me unless you want a happy ending." Jerry Jones then apologized and said he'd never fuck with Robert Kraft because Jerry's a pacifist. And Robert Kraft said he'd never fuck with Jerry Jones because Jerry is not a massage owner from Thailand.
Hey, big shout out to Robert Kraft. Got remarried this week to a 47-year-old, I believe.
He is 81 years old. That is nuts.
Dude, shout out to the person that he married. That girl's going to be rich in like 5 years. Ayo, you know.
Bro,
he's a better investor than he is.
About to get that Kraft cheese.
Kraft cheese. It's crazy. It's crazy because like she's gonna give birth to a kid, and then like he's gonna have Alzheimer's immediately.
Jesus. What is this show?
That is funny.
Wait, what did you say?
What were we talking about?
Oh no. What? All right, sorry. We're going too far already on this show, but that's what the headlines are.
Speaking of Robbie Anderson,
what?
Panthers receiver Robbie Anderson was traded to the Cardinals following a dispute with his receiving coach, making it the first time the Cardinals have traded for a vegan. Because he has like the skinniest. Have you seen him? He's like built like a twig. It's crazy.
Dude, he's built like the Cynthia doll from Rugrats.
Or the cinnamon.
Yeah,
I saw someone said he looks like the
same hair.
cinnamon from the Apple Jacks commercials. After 2 frustrating losses, Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers has asked that the offense be made simpler, which is proof once and for all that drugs do make you stupid.
Yep. Facts, dude. Guys, don't smoke weed. You'll die. Okay.
Or you'll lose to the Jets and Giants.
Which is honestly probably worse. The New York Yankees came back from a 2-1 series lead by the Guardians to advance to the ALCS and what Yankees fans are calling postseason magic. Speaking of magic, Yankees fans remind me a lot of Harry Potter, except they pay $4,000 more a month than Harry to live in a room the size of a closet.
New York slander. That one felt personal. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so coming under fire for his apparent benching of Melvin Gordon, Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett told Gordon, "Hey, you saw three more snaps than Aaron Rodgers has seen minutes of his family."
We should do a challenge where we could do 1 week where we don't make fun of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think we could do it. I think he's been headlined by every single one of us every week.
Agreed. I've also I would say Tom Brady and O.J. Simpson. I've been pretty good at not doing O.J. Simpson ones. I almost wrote one, but I was like, we got to take a break. We can't take a stab at this one, boys. And we're back.
There it is.
We're back.
There we go.
We're back.
All right. It was a big week for the Golden State Warriors as both Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins signed deals worth over $100 million each. Also, Draymond Green finally landed Manscaped as a sponsor on his podcast.
Thank God, dude. That guy's probably got a jungle. Anyways, sorry. I'm imagining Draymond Green's junk as much.
We all saw the Snapchat.
Yeah, that's true. We all were there. I'm imagining Draymond Green's junk more than Draymond Green thinks of LeBron's junk. All right, so those are some good headlines. I thoroughly enjoyed those.
I have one more.
Oh, he has 4. Johnny has 4.
Yeah, I actually found this on Twitter. This is not my headline, but someone had said Russell Wilson has 7 more bathrooms in his house, 12. Then he has touchdown passes through 6 games, 5.
You know what's so funny? Johnny told me he had a 4th headline, so I said I'm gonna write a 4th. I'll look at a 4th headline as well. So I found a tweet online. Guess what the tweet was? The exact same tweet that you just read. I'm not kidding. It's right there. I was just gonna read it. Twin telepathy is a thing for sure. It's for sure a thing. Okay, so those are some good headlines. I was just going to read that headline, but yeah, not really sure about Russell Wilson. He did say that I think it's pseudo. I think his hamstring is getting better by today. He said, quote, "I heal quick. It's Wolverine blood or something."
Jesus.
So Russell Wilson is entering a new level of cringe.
It's bad. I was kind of defending him because like he's obviously like he's a man of God, he's a man of faith, and like he's just trying to be better. I read the book his trainer read, so I always kind of defended him. But then the thing came out this week about how Richard Sherman and Marshawn Lynch said that you can't talk to him, you have to talk to his agent or his manager or whatever. And that's too far for me. I'm officially 100% anti Russell Wilson.
I agree too. I was like, come on, like you can't. He's just a man of faith. But there are false prophets out there, and he could be one of those people that preaches something and practices something completely different. And speaking of practicing, he needs to practice a lot more because he's not the same elusive Russell Wilson we saw in Seattle. I don't know what's going on, but they should not be 2-4. They should not be 2-4.
When you look at what the defense has done too, like the defense is letting up like average of like 13 points a game, and they're losing. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's also trying to like pep them up. Like, dude, you are the reason we are losing.
It's like that hot dog meme. It's like we're all trying to find the guy who did this.
Exactly. And it's so crazy because I mean they don't have draft picks for a while. Like they have a 3rd round pick this year. Do you draft a quarterback with the 3rd round pick? And plus the Broncos suck at drafting quarterbacks, so who's to say that goes well? I don't know. That franchise is a mess.
I mean, the thing I could see happening is they draft a quarterback in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round. There is no way on God's green earth they're going to pull a Packers and do a Jordan Love thing because they're paying Russell Wilson $250 million. They can't do it. They have 6 more years to try to figure this thing out, but in the first year it does not look good. We'll see. They could turn it around. But I just I don't think it's going to happen, and I think it's very, very entertaining.
Just get them off primetime, though. If we're going to stick with this, get them off primetime TV. That's all I ask.
I don't think they're on primetime for like week 13. Also, did you guys see the very end of the post-game press conference he had? He like for the first time, he did not say Broncos country, let's ride. He just said thank you and he left. That is a broken man right there.
I think
Trouble
he tried,
in Broncos
but then,
country.
Yeah, somebody probably told him not to say it. He definitely was going to say it.
He just looked absolutely defeated in that press
I mean, he would say
conference.
"Go Hawks" after every interview too, even if they lost. So I do feel bad because I feel like a lot of it is unwarranted. Like people are criticizing him, yet silent on guys like Deshaun Watson. Like we criticize Kyler Murray because it's easy to make jokes about. It's not. I'm not going to make jokes about Deshaun Watson. Like Kyler Murray plays video games too much, and maybe has a tamper. But in terms of like being controversial, he's not very controversial.
No, it's more fun.
It's just more fun. That's what we do. So anyways, before we dive into some games for week 7, I don't even know if I can call them good games because I think this NFL slate for this week is fucking terrible. I want to visit the playoff standings for the AFC and the NFC because I was looking at them and oh my God, it is ridiculous. So if the playoff picture happened today, guys, the AFC, here are the standings. At 1 are the Bills, which are 5-1. At Chiefs, 4-2. At Titans, 3-2. And Ravens, 3-3 at 4. So that's like that seems pretty normal. It seems like, that was kind of the playoff picture last year. So that's other than the Ravens, so it's fine. Number 5, we have the Chargers at 4-2. At 6, we have the Jets at 4-2. What the fuck? And at 7, we have the Colts at 3-2-1. The Colts. We've memed the Colts a bunch on this show, and they're in the playoffs.
They've also played some pretty shit teams like last couple of weeks. They played the Broncos and they played the Jaguars, but at home.
Yeah, their division helps.
All right, I think the NFC is just as bad. So the playoff standings for the NFC, the Eagles are 6-0 at number 1, obviously. The Vikings are number 2. They're the second best team. They're tied for the second best team in the NFL at 5-1. The Buccaneers, with how bad they looked and how badly they lost to the Steelers, are still 3rd place. The NFC South is a fucking joke. They're 3-3. They're 3rd. They're 3rd in the NFL or the NFC. At number 4, we have the 49ers at 3-3. They're still leading the NFC West. The NFC West we all thought was going to be good. We also thought that the AFC West was going to be good. And they're not that good. It's just the Chiefs, and then you have the 49ers who are actually playing against each other this week. So we have at 5, we have the Giants that are 5-1. The only reason they're at the 5 seed is because of the Eagles being in the NFC East as well. The NFC East is randomly amazing. Speaking of the NFC East, we have the Cowboys at 6. They're 4-2. And then the Rams are at 7. What is up with all these bad teams? There is a lot of bad football in the NFL. Tom Brady was right. It took a divorce for him to finally realize it and get some time to watch some football, but he's right about it. There's a lot of bad football out there.
Yeah, Rams should not be a playoff team at this point. Like, they have looked terrible in like all 6 of their games. I think they're frauds.
I think so too. I think the Packers are frauds. They're not even in that top 7.
Yeah.
But I do think it would be such justice if these NFC East teams keep it up and they stay being as great as they are, but then they have to go play a playoff game in some shitty NFC North, some shitty NFC West team, because for years, great teams that get the wild card have to go play at whatever dog shit team backs into the NFC East playoff spot. So I think this is such poetic justice that now the year the NFC East is good, they're going to have to go like play on the road against Minnesota or against like the Niners.
That's a great place to play too if you had to play at US Bank. That is an awesome stadium. So that would be wild. Kirk Cousins' home playoff game. I don't know. Maybe the lights are going to be too bright. We're not sure. But I would love to see, as badly as I want to see good games, I think bad games like last week, the Commanders and Bears were so bad that it was good. So either really, really good games or really, really bad games, because either way, you're going to talk about something. I do want to point out before we go into our games for Week 7 that I correctly picked the Jets to beat the Packers.
You did.
I did not pick a lot of games correctly, but I did pick that one. All right, we're going to talk about games for Week 7. Let's go first Thursday Night Football. The Saints at the Cardinals. The Cardinals are -2. Yeah, the Cardinals are favored by -2 because everybody's out for the Saints. Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, I forget who else. I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win this game. I don't know why. This is not going to be a great football game. I really don't think it is. I think Kyler, it's his last week before like a double XP weekend, and Call of Duty comes out in a couple more weeks, I believe. So I think we're geared up for a good Kyler Murray week before he totally implodes in November.
Yeah, I guess. But honestly, if you've taken a look at the last few Saints games, like that offense has actually performed quite well, despite not having Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry for like all that stretch or some of that stretch, which is crazy because like they're still scoring like 26 points a game. I will say that defense is not held up at all. They only have like 1 interception all season, which would be the NFL record for the fewest in a 16 or 17 game season. Having said that, I am more confident in a practice squad Saints team than I am the first team Cardinals, because Cardinals just like with Kyler Murray, who's like getting paid like so much money, is not performing up the standards at all. But like I also don't think he's performing awful. I just think that entire offensive structure is terrible. I am picking the Saints to win this one on the road. It's also a dome game.
Before Matt talks about it, I do want to say I think DeAndre Hopkins is coming back this week now.
He is.
And your boy Robbie Anderson is now in the Cardinals.
I don't think he's playing this week though.
No, and he sucks too. It doesn't matter. But I did want to point out D-Hop is back.
Yeah, and I think for that reason, I'm taking the Cardinals in this game. I actually like them to win by quite a lot. The Saints team, they do fight a decent amount, but they are just so injured everywhere. I mean, has Michael Thomas played since week 1? I don't think he has.
He has not played since week 3.
Week 3, okay. So, I don't know. That Saints team, I just don't see a lot of talent there right now. I think everyone's just on the sideline. I actually think this Cardinals team could win by 7 or 8 because it's kind of a sneaky must-win game for them to stay in the division. I think they'll just be hyped up that DeAndre Hopkins is back and the offense will suddenly just look a little bit better. Their offensive play calling has been so bad too. They're just predictable. It's just ugly to see. So I'm going to take the Cardinals. It'll be an ugly game, probably like 16-3 or something like that.
Okay, let's go into Falcons at the Bengals. The Bengals are favored by 6. The game is in Kentucky. So I'm going to pick the Bengals to win this one. Why did you put this game on the list?
Because the Falcons are 3-3 and tied for first in the NFC South, And
It's
the
sadly
Bengals
one of
are
the better games
also,
this week.
Bengals are also tied for first in the AFC North. I'm actually going to pick the Falcons to win this game. I think they have a good plan in terms of like offense. Like, I am kind of salty as a Kyle Pitts fantasy owner, which no one cares about, rightfully so, because fantasy sucks. But I really do think they have an identity, like according to Football Outsiders, they are actually the most efficient running attack, which is incredible because they've had to rely on like second, third string guys. And Cordell Patterson, I think, might be coming back this week, coming back next week. But they've just been absolutely impressive, and that's despite Marcus Mariota, kind of being mid. I don't know how much I trust the Bengals at this point, but I am going to pick. I guess I'll pick the Falcons to win this one, take the upset.
Yeah, I am really impressed with what Arthur Smith or Arthur Blank. There's two Arthurs in Atlanta.
It is Arthur Smith.
The coach, Arthur Blank's the owner. Yeah.
Yes.
So Arthur Smith, I think he's doing a pretty good job with the Falcons. They're a really competitive team. They're well schemed. They're winning games despite the fact that Marriotta's throwing it like under 10 times. But I think the Bengals have too much firepower. I think they'll squeak out a win here. And it's in Cincinnati. That helps. And yeah, not too much else to say about this game.
Okay, so we got Colts at Titans. Titans are favored by 2.5 at home. This is, oh my God. These teams are in the playoffs right now. This is a bad game.
It's a playoff matchup.
This is a bad playoff matchup. I am going to not spend too much time on this game. I regret putting you in charge of this list. But to be fair, there's not a whole lot you can do. There's not a lot of great games this week, which means that this is one of the good games. I don't want to see the bad games. So I'm going to pick the Colts to upset. I don't know why. I'm just going to fucking do it. This is it's not my upset of the week, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Titans to win this one. I think the Colts have kind of gotten by with playing two bad teams, and the Titans aren't exactly good either, but I think they're better than the Broncos or Jaguars right now. So I'm going to pick them to win this one.
Is it just me, or has the entire AFC South just played each other this whole season? Because the Colts have already played the Titans. I think the Colts have played the Jaguars already twice.
Yeah,
it just feels like they're getting all their divisional matchups out of the way before even the halfway point of the season. Side note, I think I'll take the Colts in this one as well. With Jonathan Taylor out, that's the games they've been winning, which is kind of crazy to say. But I think Matt Ryan is finally starting to come into his own in the offense, and I just don't know who on the Titans besides Derrick Henry I trust at all. So give me the Colts.
I agree. Matt and I have picked against Johnny for the first 3 matchups of this one, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of them. All right, so we got Browns at Ravens. This is going to be a bad one for my heart and like my kidneys probably as well. The Ravens are favored by 6.5. Give me this. This is the fucking lock of the week. It's lock of the week. There's no fucking chance in hell that the Browns win this game in Baltimore. They never can figure Lamar Jackson out. And even when they can, they don't win. One of the games last season they played against them, Lamar had 4 interceptions. He threw 4. And the Browns still lost. So give me the Ravens big in this one. This is my lock of the week. I think they win by like 2-3 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute shit show. I don't think the Ravens are really going to be that good. But
did you say that because Lamar Jackson is in the game and he pooped against the Browns a couple of years ago? It's going to be a shit show?
Perhaps. I mean, who is to say? Also, what's interesting about the Ravens is that in every every odd-numbered week they've won. Like, they're undefeated. They're 3-0. And in every even-number week, they've lost every game. So this is an odd-numbered week, and by that merit alone, I think the Ravens are going to win this one. It's gonna be sloppy though.
Yeah, not going to be a lot of pretty highlights in this game. I'm expecting. I think the Ravens will win as well. When you look at 3-3 teams, I saw it was a super cherry-picked stat, but I saw like of all the 3-3 teams, the Ravens have been leading for all but like 12 seconds of their games. So they're like losing these games at the last second. And the Browns have also kind of been losing games at the last second. So who knows what are going to happen in the last like minute or two of this game. But give me the Ravens in a closer game than we expect.
All right, looks like I picked with you guys. Let's go.
Yeah, so off screen, our dogs are fighting right now. I think they were a little confused. We were talking about a different running quarterback than Michael Vick this game. It was Lamar Jackson. So, I mean, I appreciate them listening, but we were not talking about Michael Vick, guys. So
Dog Pound's going crazy.
They're resting. They're resting right now.
Yeah, they tied. All right, so we got Seahawks at Chargers. The Chargers are favored by -6 at home, so it's going to be a home game for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm actually interested to see how the 12th man travels to this game since they are on the West Coast. It's going to be kind of interesting. This is going to be my upset of the week. I think Geno Smith is him. I'm super excited for him to have another home game, it being Los Angeles, like I just said. And the Chargers squeaked out a win against the Broncos a few days ago, so it's not that I don't trust the Chargers or Justin Herbert. I just don't trust Brandon Staley. I think he's getting exposed as being a bad coach who makes temperamental, like really bad decisions on a week-to-week basis. And yeah, he's a Northeast Ohio guy like us, but yeah, I don't think he's cut out to be a head coach personally. That's if we had hot takes this week, that would be my hot take. This is my upset of the week. I like the Seahawks over the Chargers.
So I don't really see this as an upset because I'm also going to pick the Seahawks because the Chargers, like as I say a lot in the show, like they do this like every single week. They make it close in the fourth quarter. They make it exciting for everyone. Even if the Broncos are playing, they'll make it exciting. Like you can take that to the bank. I will say my one concern is that the Seahawks defense, like outside of like last week, has been kind of terrible this season. Although they do have guys like Tariq Woolen that have like really stepped up and been impressive. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Seahawks to win. I think it could be kind of a shootout, but also I don't know if like Justin Herbert's healthy enough to keep up. So it's kind of crazy. Like I'm saying this about Geno Smith, who's been a dog this season. Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a Seahawks sweep across the board. The Seahawks were my upset of the week as well. I don't think Brandon Staley is a good coach at all. I think he's like bottom 5. I think he's in danger of getting fired this year. He makes the most mind-boggling in-game decisions that if anyone has played Madden for a few weeks would know not to make. It's ridiculous how inconsistent he is with his thinking, with his in-game logic, and it's honestly just upsetting for me to watch. So I think Pete Carroll coaches circles around him this week, and I think the Seahawks win.
Yeah, as a big Madden guy, Matt, I mean, you could would you just run 4 verticals out there, or what's some advice you could have for Brandon Staley as a noted play caller yourself?
For him, it's not even the play calling; it's just the in-game situations, like 2-minute warnings, like what to do, like it's situational football that he just fucks up at consistently, and that's not something you can really train unless you're playing Madden. I don't think.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy because like 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter, like he had all 3 timeouts left. It's like, what are you doing? Like you're not even at the 50-yard line. You have like all those timeouts left.
Go for it.
What's the plan?
Make a play. You have a great quarterback. He coaches. I don't know. I don't even know.
The fact that they won that game, like they were handed that game, and they were also handed the Browns game the week before. That is easily 2 losses that the Chargers should have.
Do you see why I think the Chargers should be on primetime every week? They just make it.
I think we should just give the Chargers we should just give the Chargers like Tuesday, just something random like that, where they just randomly play one game by themselves every week.
All right, so let's go to our next game. We got 2 left. The Steelers at the Dolphins. Oh, my God. My former Super Bowl pick is now, I regret that, but I think Tua is going to play this week. It sounds like it. Yeah, did you hear that one interview that Tua actually had?
Wait. What's the line?
Well, we'll say in a sec, but before we say the line, we need to mention that Tua was interviewed about his laser focus. Mike McDaniel said he was laser focused, and here's what Tua had to say.
What's up, Beast?
No, that was it. He didn't say anything because I think he's still concussed. All right, so the Dolphins are favored by -7. I would bet on this game. The Steelers beat the Bucs. I think they have to have a come-down game. There's no way. I'm sorry. There's no way the Steelers go to Miami and win. I think Miami has home field advantage in Miami because all the people go there to drink and do stupid shit, and it has nothing to do with the play on the field. I think Tua and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle will connect, and I like them to win.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with this one. I think the Dolphins win. I think I do think the Steelers played a very impressive game against the Bucs, who are kind of mid, but like that's for another time. Yeah, I also agree that the Steelers are due for kind of like a come-down game. This is kind of it. I think Kenny Pickett is starting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about this. I think the Dolphins win.
My favorite is our friend in our fantasy league picked up Kenny Pickett for his fantasy team. He's like, yeah, it was stupid. Because I released him. He's like, it was stupid of you to release him. And he had like 10 points. Like as a starter. It's really bad. Really, really bad.
Hero ball.
Anyways, Matt. Hero ball.
I am actually going to take the Steelers in this spot. I think
My God.
I think Mike Tomlin does a really good job of getting his guys ready to go, especially when they're the underdog on prime time. This is like Mike Tomlin's thing. This is where he thrives. I don't know how it happens. It'll take the Dolphins being ugly. It'll take the Steelers playing pretty perfectly. We'll see if it's Pickett. We'll see if it's Trubisky. But give me the Steelers just based off coaching alone.
Okay. I actually lied. We have 2 more games because I somehow went over the best game of the week, which is the Chiefs at the 49ers. I don't know why. I just didn't think about that one. But Super Bowl rematch from, what was it,
2019.
Yep.
2019. The Chiefs are favored by -3 in San Francisco. I mean, if I didn't already pick my lock, I would think that this one would be a lock. I think the Chiefs are due for a comeback game after losing to the Bills. And I think they're going to put in absolute work in San Francisco. Maybe more work than Jimmy Garoppolo does to porn stars.
So I think I lied earlier. I think this is going to be my upset of the week. I'm going to pick the 49ers to win this one.
Wow, what the fuck?
Okay, it is true they're injured as shit. It is also true that they lost to the Falcons, but that's because the Falcons kind of own Kyle Shanahan. So, I mean, it's not necessarily his fault. I mean, even though it kind of is. But I will say, Jimmy Garoppolo, whenever he's in a rhythm quickly, it usually means good things for the 49ers. Whenever he's making mistakes right away, as you've seen against the Falcons, they've gotten blown the fuck out. I do think that defense is getting back pieces, and they have the best defense this year, or one of the best defenses this year. So I don't know. I think they do win it. I think they win in a close one, which might be a very hot take, but I think they win at home in an upset.
You're 100% right about Jimmy. He's such a confidence player. It all depends on how those first few quarters go for him. And honestly, I think the Chiefs this might be a trap game for the Chiefs, just because last week was their Super Bowl. That's their biggest game of the year. They're going up against the class of the AFC. They lose an emotional one. I could see them, especially you're going against an opponent now who just lost to the Falcons. I could see them overestimating him a bit. I think the Chiefs still win it, but I think it is a really close one.
I don't know. I feel like they'll put in work. We'll see. And now the game of the week, Monday Night Football, Bears at the Patriots. The Patriots are favored by -8. I don't think the Bears deserve any of our fucking time right now. I'm not even so confident on Justin Fields' ability anymore. It could be because he's in a bad situation, but he doesn't do himself any justice as well. Now, nobody helps around him, but I also feel like he doesn't help himself as well. The Patriots also look really good. Bill Belichick said that Justin Fields is a threat every time he has the football, and I would agree, except it would be to the Chicago Bears. And he also said that the Bears are a very talented team from up to down. So Bill Belichick's just out here fucking lying week to week. He said the same thing about the Browns. He's just a fucking liar. I fuck Bill. I would just say the truth. Say the truth. The Bears suck. Patriots by 1 billion.
Yeah, so this is gonna be another upset. I think the Patriots actually win by 16, not 8. Okay. I want to talk briefly about the defense, which usually at this time every year it starts cooking and heating up, and it really has the last 2 weeks. They shut out the Lions. They completely destroy the Browns, who have been in a close game in every game up to that point because they match so well because Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett.
Fuck was that?
I'm sorry. My God.
What the fuck?
My bad. That was my Dan Marino moment. Jeez. But the reason they won is because by a lot was Jacoby Brissett used to play under Bill Belichick, so Belichick knew all of his weaknesses, and also Belichick is he has a really amazing track record against rookie quarterbacks, which Justin Field is not, but he's kind of playing like one. So I think the Pats win by a lot.
I don't even know what the storyline is for this game. What does ESPN try to sell to get people to watch this game? I guess the Bailey Zapp stuff, but
I'll probably turn on the Manning cast if it's on, just to see them beam it and be really bad, because I'm not gonna be interested in this game.
Yeah, exactly. The Patriots are heating up though. I like the trajectory they're heading towards. Whatever they're doing on offense seems to be working. I think it's just running it constantly and then just getting little dump off touchdowns. Very early Tom Brady era-esque. So give me the Patriots by a lot as well.
I have a hot take. I think about 5 million people should move out of Chicago. Maybe 7 million. Just move anywhere else. Because if we can make Chicago a small market team, we'll never see the fucking Bears on national TV ever again. Why do they get so many primetime games?
Because people live in Chicago, I think.
Move. Go somewhere else. Go anywhere else in Illinois. You got Springfield. I don't know any other cities in Illinois. That is one of them. You have Granite City.
That's a restaurant, isn't it?
Could be, but it's also a. I just know my aunt and uncle live on the other side of the river in Missouri. Neither here nor there. We're gonna wind down. This is we appreciate you listening to our Week 7 show of the Sir Yacht Show. And here's the me and Matt getting most of them right because Johnny picked against us for a lot of them. Kind of a bad decision. But hey guys, any last words before we hop off?
Real quick, I wanted to talk about, I need to ask the fans real something. We got a minute and a half left here. I am playing fantasy basketball. I'm doing a keeper league, and I'm the worst owner of all time. I drafted the worst team. I'm going to put my screenshot of my team on our Twitter, and I need people to help me figure out what to do. Here's my team. Alex Caruso, Chris Paul, Royce O'Neal, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Zach LaVine, Kristaps Porzingis, Russell Westbrook, Hassan Whiteside. These are like the stars. My best player is fucking Paul George. I need help. So I'm going to put my team on the Twitter. If anyone here who listens, plays fantasy basketball, please help me figure this out because I'm in for a long season.
All right, last thing I got to say, top 3 worst owners in basketball. Number 3, Matt. Actually, number 3, Robert Sarver. Number 2, Donald Sterling. Number 1, Matt. Yeah,
it's a
that's what I would
keeper
say.
league. I have to keep these guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
All right, please comment. Please help Matt. This has been the Sir Yacht Show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.